Game 4 was completely ridiculous. The way that Dallas Mavericks was playing last night was horrendous. Like, what in the world told them to play like that? Luka and Kyrie was terrible. Like, the way they played was really bad. It looked like they choked, or they was like not really giving it their all. 18 attempts. Kyrie was 6 from 18 from the field, 1 from 6 from the three, with a total of 16 points. And Luka Doncic was 7 from 21 from the field, 4 from 11 from the three. He had 28 points. Most of his points came from shooting free throws. But what in the world, man? Could have swept the Timberwolves and could have just had an extra few days to rest. Now what's going to happen is they're going to be exhausted by the time they go against the Celtics, because the NBA Finals starts on June 6th. They keep letting the Timberwolves win these games. More days going to get stretched to Game 7 or Game 6 and Game 7, which will end up happening is about time they finish the series, they're going to be exhausted. Then they got to go against Boston Celtics. And that's when the pressure is going to be on. Because if you're struggling to beat the Timberwolves, then you have no chance of beating the Celtics, which is very scary, because I would have thought the Timberwolves is not really a great team, in my opinion. And for the Mavericks to go against the Celtics, that's a more aggressive team that they have to deal with, as well as a lot of scorers is on the Boston Celtics. So they have a lot more cut out for them to go against that type of team. If they're struggling to beat the Wolves, this is very, very bad. Kyrie, again, wasn't shooting the best, taking the best shots at all. Luka Doncic did the same exact thing just for the hell of it. The shot selection was awful from both of these players. And PJ Washington was missing so many easy baskets that was like 3 from 13 from the field, 2 from 9 from the three-point line. So again, these are the main key players that really cost the game. Gafford played a good game. He was perfect from the field goal, 6 from 6, only 12 points. But yeah, these are the main three people that ruined the game, which was Luka, Kyrie, and PJ. These three did not do a good job at all. Derrick Jones Jr. was a good help, 3 from 6 from the field, 2 from 3. He had 9 points. But again, those were the main people that didn't score as much as they supposed to. Now, coming from game 3, Kyrie had 33 points. How in the world you come from 33 points on game 3 and then now you only drop 16 on game 4? That is completely a downgrade. Now, only thing Luka did besides scoring 28 points, which is cool, but the only thing he did wrong was just chucking up so many threes. 11 threes and only made 4. But the real problem was the field goal. He was just chucking up any shot. 21 attempts, only made 7 shots out of it. That was really bad. So again, for game 5, they got to just play a better game. They got to close out more. They got to end up getting better shot selection. And if you are wide open, you got to make them, man. Like, it's just common sense. You got to make these shots. If you're wide open, you got to take it. But if you're like heavily guarded, maybe pass the ball up to someone else. Now, I was surprised with the way the Timberwolves played, especially with Karl-Anthony Towns, because Karl-Anthony Towns, he had a worse game on game 3. Even though he played bad, I guess this was like redemption from what he did before. This time he had 25 points. He was 4 from 5 from the three-point line, which was scorching behind the arc. 9 from 13 from the field. He did a tremendous job. He was damn near the player of the game. But of course, they'll give it to Anthony Edwards because he had 29 points. But I feel like Karl-Anthony Towns had a better game. Naz Reid, for example, 6 points, 3 from 6 from the field. Kyle Anderson, again, did much of nothing as he normally does, but he only had 2 points. Mike Conley did a pretty good job with 5 from 9 from the field, 1 from 4 from the three, 14 points total. Rudy Gobert didn't really do much as he normally does, but it was the really main player of the game was Cat. Cat did a great job scoring, making sure that he was taking better shot selection. This is the difference between taking good shots versus throwing up shots, okay? When you throw up a shot and hoping that it goes in, throwing it all and hope and pray the ball goes in. But when you actually take a good shot selection, you know you can drain it. You know that this is your move, this is your spot. Get in your place, get in your zone, and make the jumper. It's easy. And that's what Karl-Anthony Towns did in game 4, which kind of got them over the edge. Now, when game 5 come around, Kyrie, Luka, PJ, y'all got to make your shots, man. Take less of them and pass the ball up to someone else, man. I'm tired of seeing these stupid circus shots they be taking. It's so dumb. Like, no shots was falling at all, But again, if they're struggling against the Wolves, then they're going to have a hard time with the Celtics. I'll tell you that much.